This is where it all began. Hidden away from prying eyes, a revolutionary fighter aircraft awaited its maiden flight unlike anything that had come before. The P-38 Lightning Twin, booms, twin engines, turbochargers, bolted on like artificial lungs. 5 machine gun barrels aligned together pointing forward with deadly intent. The engineers didn't just build a plane, they created a monster. The P-38 pushed everything to the limit. It featured 2 liquid-cooled Allison V-17 engines, each powered by a 2-stage turbocharger. These components were carefully packaged inside the twin booms, along with turbines, impellers, and intercoolers, all working in unison to keep the aircraft functioning at altitudes above 25,000 feet. With drop tanks attached, the P-38 boasted a range that other fighters could only dream of. Designed by the legendary aeronautical engineer Kelly Johnson, the P-38 was a bold reimagining of what a fighter plane could look like. It was the first of its kind, marking the beginning of Skunk Works, Lockheed's secretive and innovative division. This is the unique engineering behind the P-38 Lightning. Kelly Johnson was just 27 years old when the design he led won Lockheed's first-ever military production contract. Johnson was highly respected at an extraordinarily young age. Starting as a humble tool designer, he managed to convince senior management at the age of 23 that their upcoming Model 10 aircraft was unstable and needed a complete redesign. By 28, he was Lockheed's chief research engineer, and by 29, he was leading Skunk Works, one of the most advanced aeronautical labs in history. Johnson's approach at Skunk Works was simple but effective. Be quick. Be quiet. Be on time. These were not just good pieces of advice. They were the core principles that helped bypass government red tape. His ability to innovate under tight budgets and even tighter deadlines earned him legendary status in aviation. He was the genius behind the P-38, the U-2 spy plane, and the SR-71. The P-38 was designed in response to a military need for a high-altitude interceptor capable of reaching a top speed of 580 km/h and climbing to bomber altitude in just 6 minutes. This specification was something no other U.S. plane manufacturer thought possible. Lockheed's design for the P-38 was one of only 2 submissions for the contract, and the radical nature of Johnson's designs set Lockheed on a path to become the world's largest defense contractor. The P-38 began simply as a sketch on Kelly Johnson's pad. He was responding to the U.S. Army Air Force's request for a high-altitude interceptor, a term used to avoid labeling the aircraft as a pursuit plane. Aircraft like the P-51 Mustang and the P-47 Thunderbolt were all pursuit aircraft restricted by the military's requirement that single-seat pursuit planes must have a single engine. The challenge for Johnson and Lockheed was clear: no American engine in the 1930s could support a heavily armed, high-speed, high-altitude aircraft. The only solution was 2 engines. Johnson's sketches explored every possibility, from twin wing-mounted engines to asymmetrical designs, some even with an offset cockpit. He considered configurations where 2 engines would drive the wing-mounted propellers through drive shafts in the wings, allowing for a sleeker, more agile aircraft. However, after weighing the pros and cons, Johnson went with a single fuselage mounted between the wings with no engine at the front, allowing an unobstructed view for the pilot, and mounting a heavy armament, a forward-facing turret with 4 .50 caliber machine guns and a 20mm cannon. The P-38's armament was formidable, an arrangement that avoided the convergence issues that plagued other fighters. With guns mounted directly in front of the pilot, aiming became more intuitive, making it easier to track and shoot targets accurately. Other World War II fighters often had their guns mounted in the wings, which created targeting challenges and spread out the gunfire. But the P-38 solved that problem by placing the guns in the center of the aircraft, resulting in greater accuracy. Engine development played a key role in the P-38's performance. It utilized a turbocharged engine system that helped it perform well at high altitudes, which was crucial for intercepting enemy bombers. The P-38's twin engines featured turbochargers powered by exhaust gases, providing an additional boost without significantly drawing power from the engines. However, turbochargers had their downsides, including lag and less immediate throttle response compared to superchargers. Despite these challenges, the P-38 was incredibly capable, and its unique design allowed it to excel in many combat situations. The aircraft's cooling system, while effective at first, struggled to keep up with the increasing demands of the engines as the war progressed. The design of the engine cooling system was innovative but could not maintain efficiency at full power during extended missions. One of the P-38's major strengths was its tricycle landing gear, a feature that made it easier to handle on rough terrain, particularly in the Pacific theater. Unlike tail draggers like the Spitfire or P-51 Mustang, the P-38 provided pilots with a better forward view, allowing for more stable landings and takeoffs on makeshift airstrips. This was crucial in the island-hopping campaigns of the Pacific, where makeshift landing strips were common. One mission where the P-38's capabilities were fully realized was Operation Vengeance. In April 1943, American codebreakers intercepted intelligence about the flight path of Admiral Yamamoto, the mastermind behind the Pearl Harbor attack. The P-38 was the only aircraft in the U.S. arsenal with the range and firepower to carry out the mission, and it successfully shot down Yamamoto's plane, bringing an end to his influence in the war. Despite its imperfections, including cooling issues and a relatively low critical Mach number, the P-38 was an advanced aircraft that stayed competitive throughout the war. Its rugged design combined with its unique engineering allowed it to perform missions that other aircraft could not. Its legacy remains a testament to Kelly Johnson's vision and the innovative spirit that defined Skunk Works. The P-38 was a game-changer in World War II, pushing the boundaries of what was possible in aircraft design. It was ahead of its time, and while it faced issues that couldn't be fully solved during the war, its contributions to aviation history cannot be overstated. The success of the P-38 led to the development of even more advanced aircraft in the years that followed. While the P-38 wasn't the perfect plane, it was a visionary design that proved to be a formidable weapon in the skies, and it played a crucial role in shaping the future of aviation.